I have trust issues. If you take too long to respond to my text, I feel like you're texting 7,000 other girls, or you're with someone else, or there's a reason why you're taking so long. Like, even if you work a full-time job, I'm like, no, he's definitely out with somebody else.
Amen.
There's always another girl. Remember that. There's always another girl.
What's the nice time to reply you? Like, what's the safe time?
A time?
What's the acceptable?
No longer than 15 minutes. If it's longer than that, it's over.
How many messages?
If you want to like text me, you gotta send me like more than one message. Like like multiple messages that could be fit into one text. Send it all. So I want like 10 texts in a row.
I think the most difficult part about dating me is that I'm just talking to so many people. It's hard to keep up with who I'm talking to and what each person's about. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, last question.
Yeah.
How do you know who you like?
How do I know who I like?
You're talking to a lot of people then. How do you know who you want to talk to?
Whoever responds the fastest. If you take 1 second to reply to my text, okay. 5 hours? No. Goodbye.
Well, I would say that I tend to go from hot to cold really quickly, so I'm a bit unpredictable. That would probably be the most difficult part of dating me.
He wants to go on a date with you. What's the most difficult part of a date with you?
I would say that I make every little thing into a big thing, so if you mess up once, then the date is done.
Can you remember the last time somebody messed up on a small thing?
Okay, the guy that I went on a date with, he forgot his wallet, and then I said, okay, go home, the date's done.
What's the difficult part about dating you?
My anger, because if you cut me off when I'm answering a question, like, well, kind of answer me a question, like, listening to me is my biggest thing. So yeah, my anger is like big sugar.
Like if you feel angry, what happens?
If I feel angry, I'm more than likely gonna yell at you. Like, I'm more than likely gonna yell at you.
Well, for me, the biggest issue about dating me is like trust issues that I have. I already have my own trust issues because of things that happened in the past, but if somebody does things to make me like second guess them, like for example, you're not responding to my message and you're still on social media posting, or you're just not having good communication, that triggers my trust issues. So that's something that definitely gets in the way, I feel like. But yeah.
I think the most difficult thing is that I have a lie detector built in, so I can smell bullshit from a mile away. So I'd say that, yeah, I think that's what it is for me.
Just to add on to what my mom said, it's also that, but it's just like when you have that type of relationship with somebody, you also want to have that honesty, that trust, and that loyalty. So I'm the type of person, once you break my loyalty with you, friends, family, relationship-wise, like as dating and stuff like that, you're done. And I have to thank my mom to that, because all my five senses, like seeing, touching bullshit, hearing bullshit, you know, I know it real quick when it comes a mile away. Get away from that shit. So I think that's what it is for me.
Exactly.
What's the most difficult part about dating you?
About dating me? I'm weird. Like, I don't tolerate nothing, you know? And I don't trust nobody. Especially the especially the girls in Toronto. Can't trust nobody, you know? Feel me?
What do you mean you can't trust someone?
Cause let's face it, all the girls, the guys too, you know? I'm not just hating. Everybody in the West, nobody's serious, you know? Everybody's fucking around. So you just gotta fuck around too, and you know? Bless.
If someone wants to be with you or date you, what would be the most difficult part about dating you?
Likely that I care too much and I'm too passionate and affectionate all at once.
What's so bad about affection?
I think some people are scared of it, and they want it deep down, but they don't realize that they want it. And when it's given to them, they don't know what to do with it or how to handle it.
How do you show your affection?
How do I show my affection? Gifts is a big one for me. I love if I see something small, even if it's small. I love if I
know someone wants something, I'll bring it to them without having to be told.
Sometimes I'm scared to express how I feel. So if my partner does something that I don't like, I'll just ignore it until it goes away. And that can sometimes seem passive aggressive or just distant. So yeah, that's probably the most difficult part about dating me.
The hardest part about dating me, I would say since I'm a Cancer, I'm a really emotional person, and I kind of expect people to be able to like already know how I'm feeling, and maybe I don't always talk about it, so it's kind of like a guessing game, you know, like how's she feeling now. I feel like that's pretty toxic. I probably shouldn't have said that, but I mean, I'm being honest. That's what it is. Yeah.
Perfect. What's the most difficult part about dating?
My anxiety.
So for me, it would be my attachment style because I'm very avoidantly attached and I push people away that I love.
For me, it would most likely be my overthinking nature, and also I have terrible hanger issues.
The minute I see it going somewhere, I immediately shut it down. I'm still in love with my ex. I don't know how to communicate with people.
I would say the most difficult part about dating me is that it's hard for me to express my feelings and things that are bothering me. So, in essence, a sense of poor communication.
Very good answer.
My answer would be I'm very cold-hearted, and I've been told I'm cold-hearted, so that's definitely one thing that's a backfall on dating me for sure. But I'm working on it, and hopefully I become warm-hearted.
Well, I just texted my boyfriend and asked him what was the most difficult trait that I have for dating me, and he said it's the fact that I'm indecisive, which is so true. I can't decide where we want to eat. I can't decide what I'm gonna wear, so that's my biggest difficulty dating me.
Okay. So I think the most difficult part is really starting to talk, because I'm really not always looking to start a conversation. I'm looking at the view, thinking about the weather, what I should do next, you know. I'm feeling really disconnecting the moment and really thinking about the future. So I think it is what makes it harder to start dating.
The most difficult part about dating you?
I'd have to say my diet, or like I'm just a picky eater, you know. So like when we're going out, I'm very picky and do diligent on like what we eat, where we go, and I don't drink too often either. So sometimes it's a ball breaker, you know.
That make you feel relaxed.
Flex the rooster.
Oh yeah, shout out to the rooster. Okay.
What's the hardest part about dating?
I can be really independent, and somehow some people could see it as distant in some ways, which I'm not, I guess, but I really need to do some things alone, and I really need my personal time sometimes.
I am incredibly needy and require things to go exactly how I want. So that could be probably very difficult for some people.
What if the things doesn't go as you want?
I'm very grumpy and bratty almost.
The most difficult part about dating?
I think that I like to party. I like to go out and have fun a lot, and if that's not your lifestyle, then you might find people have found it difficult before to deal with that.
Dealing with my joking all the time. I like to joke nonstop, and people like it for about the first 3 months, and then after that it's like, why can you never be serious? And I'm like, you liked it for the first 3 months. So, yeah, you'd have to enjoy joking for a long time.
The most difficult thing about dating me is that you would have to get used to my being impassive sometimes.
The cats.
Well, because I have such an overpowering affection for cats and dogs, that you would have to recognize that and perceive that. And if the person is not that perceptive, then I don't get turned on. Once I get turned on, watch out.
What happens if you talk to them?
So, yeah, like we were talking about, you're not that affectionate with someone, but you're very affectionate with your cats. So you show affection to them by being affectionate to your cats. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's not simultaneous. Like the person isn't there watching the affection that I give the cat.
Yeah.
I'm just relating. I might relate to them that I have a strong affection for animals. If I see that they're leaning that way too, if they have a strong affection for animals, then it could develop into a mutual affection with a human being. With a woman.
So you can love animals, but not so much people. No.
Somebody, more than one person has often said to me, Ray, you're a very cold person. And I don't consider myself a cold person. So I took that as, I put that in the back of my mind to remember that this person thinks I'm a very cold person because I don't show a lot of emotion.
But if you would see him with his cats and the budgie birds and the squirrel that he feeds, you would think he would have women all over him.